My name is Jinal Jhala and I am your instructor of this subject. So before starting this module, just remember the concept of array. What is array? When you want to store multiple elements together in a single variable, then we can use array, right? But what is the limitation of array? We can store multiple values in a same variable but of only same data type. Here in figure you can see that integer a4 is equal to 4 different elements, but these 4 different elements have a same data type, that integer. But in single variable I want to store different data types. Then is it possible? Yes, is it possible with using structure? That's why we have to learn this new module. So the benefit of structure is like we can store multiple values of different data types together in a single variable. So first of all, structure is a user defined data type, means user can create his or her own data type, and it allows to combine different data types values together in a single variable. So the definition of structure is like structure is a user defined data type which allow us to combine different data types items together in a one variable. Now what are the benefits of using structure? So first of all, by using structure we can create any type of complex data type because it is a user defined data type. And in definition I have already said that we can combine different data types value in a single variable. So this is also one advantage. Then next advantage is we have to define structure only once and we can use it multiple times in our program by declaring just a structure variable of particular structure. So these all are the benefits of using structure. Now let's see how we can define our structure and declare our structure variable. So first of all, when you want to build a program using structure, so our very first step is to define the structure. And how we can define our structure? So just see the syntax here. First of all, write the keyword, that name is struct. Then after you have to write your structure name. Means if you want to store the data of student information like student name, student roll number, student address, etc., then you can create one structure of student information. Then in curly bracket you have to define different members. So members means the attribute of particular structure, means if we want to store the detail of students, then students roll number, students name, student date of birth, address, all are called as a members of our structure. So these members we can define here by declaring its data type, and at last closing curly bracket and semicolon. So this is the definition of structure. Now let's see example how we can define. So here see the example, struct and then after student, because I want to make a structure of student, that's why. And in curly bracket I have taken 3 members. You can use any number of members here. Our first member is roll number. So just think what is the data type for roll number? It is integer. That's why I am declare integer roll number. Then after I want to enter the name of student. So name is always in a form of string. So for string we have to use character array. So second is a character name and in bracket size. Size is 10 here. And then after third attribute is address, or we can say member. So address is also in the form of string. That's why again I have used character array, that is character address, and in bracket size is 50 because it is possible the length of address is maximum compared to student name, that's why. So these 3 are the members of our structure which name is student. You can enter the name of structure as per your choice, like student, student information, student table, etc. So our first step is completed. We have already defined our structure, and where we can define this structure, we have to write this structure definition always above the main function. So now our next step is declaring a structure variable. Now what do you mean by structure variable? The structure which we have defined is outside the main function, and always the execution done of only our main function. So if you want to access the members of our structure into main function, then compulsory we have to declare structure variable of particular structure, and then by using structure variable we can access the members of our structure. So how we can declare? We can declare by using two different way. So very first method is, first of all you have to write our structure syntax, means here just see the syntax: struct, then after structure name, then in curly bracket define your members, and then after curly bracket completed you can declare your structure variables, one or more variables. If you want to store only particular one information, means only one student data, then we can declare only one variable. If you want to store more than one student data, then you have to declare multiple variables. So let's see here example. So the same example I have write here, that struct student, three members available here, that is roll number, name and address, and at last after curly bracket S1, S2, S3. These three are the structure variables. Means in these three variables we can store the data of three different students, and our members are roll number, name and address. So these three information we can store using three different structure variables. So this is our first method. Now let's see one another method. If you want to declare structure variable in the main function, then it is possible. So how we can declare? So just to see the syntax, first you have to write struct keyword, then after your structure name, and then after your structure variable name. So just to see in the example, first we have to define our structure, then after write the main function, and in main function first write the keyword struct, then after our structure name. So you can see here that our structure name is student, and then after S1, S2, S3. So three structure variables are declared here. So both methods are valid, but first method is very easy method. So in this way we can declare the structure variable. So our second step is completed. Now our third step is to access the members of our structure into main function. So how we can access the structure members? So let's see. First of all, syntax. So here you can see our whole structure of student, then our three members are present here, roll number, name and address, and our structure variable is also present, that is S1. Now using dot operator we can access the members of our structure. How? So just to see the syntax, first you have to write structure variable, that is S1. Just remember the difference between members and structure variable. Here in example, S1 is your structure variable, and these three roll number, name and address are our members. So first we have to write our structure variable, then use the dot operator, and then after write your members. So see the example, S1 dot roll number, then second is a S1 dot name, and third is a S1 dot address. So in this way we can access the members of our structure. Now how we can initialize our structure? So always initialization can be done in two ways, right? First is a compile time and second is a run time. So compile time initialization we can write always using equal to sign. So just see here compile time syntax, that first write struct, then after structure name, then your variable name is equal to, in curly bracket list of values. So just see example, struct student S1 is our structure variable, is equal to, now you have to maintain the order of your members, means our first member is roll number. So in curly bracket write first roll number. I am writing 1 as a roll number of student. Then after second member is a name. So you just write the name of any of the student. Here Bhavya is my student and Bhavya is string. So string always represent in double inverted comma. And last address. So here I am writing in short that Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is also in string, so I am writing in double quotes. And for numeric value, single or double quotes are not required. So just remember this thing. So this is compile time initialization. Now how we can write runtime initialization? So for runtime initialization we have to use our input function, that is scanf function. So just write the scanf function, and here in one scanf I am entering 3 members value. You can use different scanf also. But here our first member is roll number and roll number is in the form of integer, that's why I am writing %d. Then for string we have to write control string %s. So for first %s is for name, second %s is for address, and we can access the members using dot operator. So first I am writing ampersand S1 dot roll number, means structure variable dot our member 1. Then after comma again S1 dot name, this is our second member, and last is a S1 dot address. And one more thing you have to remember, that when you use string then ampersand sign is not required. When you use other data type instead of string, then in scanf function you have to use ampersand symbol. So remember this thing. So our initialization part is completed. Now let's see one example that how we can write the whole program using our structure. So the definition of program is like write a program using structure to enter roll number, name and address of one student. You can also enter for multiple student, but here I am writing program only for one student. So our first part is structure definition, means define your structure. So very first I am defining structure. First of all you have to include your header files, but I am starting directly from our structure definition. So struct is a keyword, then after student is our structure name, and in curly bracket 3 members are present. First is a roll number, second is a name and third is a address. Now S1 is our structure variable, and here I am declaring only one structure variable. Why? Because I want to store for only one student, that's why. Now write the main function, and in main function first of all I am printf that enter roll number, name and address of student 1. Now we have to use scanf function because we want to enter at a runtime, that's why I am using scanf, and %d for roll number, %s for name and second %s for address. And then after using structure variables we can access our members like S1 dot roll number, S1 dot name and S1 dot address. Now next I want to print the same data which I have entered. So I am writing one printf function that student details, and I want to print in like tabular form, that's why first I am writing /n is used for new line and /t is used for tab, and after /t I am writing roll number is equal to %d, and then after comma how we can access the member or print the member. So again we have to write S1 dot roll number. So for scanf and printf the syntax is same. Then after I want to print the name in new line. So again in printf I am writing /n/t, then name is equal to %s, and after comma we have to write S1 dot name, and at last I have to print address, that's why printf again /n/t address is equal to %s, and after comma S1 dot address. So what is our output? How we can get the output on screen? So just see here. First of all, our first printf execute that enter roll number, name and address. So I am entering 10 as a roll number, student name as a Bhavya and address as a Ahmedabad. So when this remaining printf will execute, our output is like student detail, then after roll number is equal to 10 because we have entered roll number as a 10. Then after name is equal to Bhavya and address is equal to Ahmedabad. So in this way we can write the program using structure. If you want to enter 3 student detail, then you have to declare 3 different structure variables, and for same way we can write printf and scanf. And for another student, suppose you have take variable s2, then you can access like s2 dot roll number, s2 dot name and s2 dot address. Similar for other structure variables. Hope guys you understand this lecture very well, that how we can define structure, how we can declare structure variable and how we can access the members of structures. In next video we will see array of structure and nested structure. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.